that feel to this kid? He's out
And
of
when the bell rings, the man commanding the action,
probably your first couple of
senior
sparring
Invictus
sessions,
Pro Wrestling
people like,
official,
kid,
Mr.
listen,
Nick
save yourself
Shane.
trouble. What does that feel like to you when people are overlooking you? People
And now for the
think you
introduction.
don't deserve that
Introducing
spot.
first,
I'm going to
the
be honest with you,
challenger,
it's very
hailing
discouraging
from
because of the fact
Harlem,
that
New York,
you know inside you
weighing
can do
in
it.
at
But the problem is
175
that you got so
pounds.
many people
Tonight, he
discouraged.
is sponsored by
So-
the Dirty Heels podcast.
So in my shoes, I had to continue to persevere. I had to continue to show up because no matter what, they still going to talk. So with Nicholi White, with the story that he was telling, he had to continue to persevere, regardless of what people say. And look at him tonight. He has a title shot for the Grand Champion at Invictus Pro Wrestling. So it's all about perseverance. It's all about believing in yourself and know where you're at and where you want to go.
Manhattan, and weighing in at 225 pounds, he is the current reigning and defending Invictus Pro Wrestling Grand Champion. This is Cash Flow Ken Broadway.
Cash Flow Ken Broadway won that grand championship here in the Bronx. Not in this building, but here in this borough at Bronxlandia. Invictus' debut show in the Boogie Down Bronx as he won the Invictus Grand Championship Tournament, a multi-man finals, which saw Ken Broadway crowned the grand champion here at Invictus. And a lot of personal emotion going into winning that grand championship for Ken Broadway, especially here in the Bronx. Ken Broadway will always carry with him the memory of his dearly departed tag team partner and close personal friend, Matt Travis. And he has always said, every time Invictus is in the Bronx, it's extra special for Broadway because he knows that if anybody would have loved to have seen an incredible professional wrestling product in the Bronx, it would have been Matt Travis.
That's right, and we miss MDK every day.
These two here, Nicholi and Broadway. Nicholi,
nice.
Ken Broadway, a product of the House of Glory training facility under the legendary Amazing Red and Brian Excel. He's had an opportunity to face off against some of the world's best. It's one of the advantages of being a student at the Hog training facility. They put you in positions to face some of the best independent professional wrestling athletes from around the world. So he's been in there. He's been in there with guys like Low Key. He's been in that ring and training situation with them. Even a legend, a man who left us well before his time, the first Ring of Honor champion, Xavier.
That's right.
Don't forget, he also last year faced Switchblade Jay White.
Very much did. And on the other side of that, Nicholi White, a kid who's kind of self-taught, self-trained, came from the backyard game.
He did. Well, he does also have former training from former Impact Tag Team Champion Santana.
He does. But, for Nicholi, it was a matter of, and he told me, wrestling was his escape from the hood, right?
Of course.
He wanted to get out there and do something and have fun and not be involved in the BS out in the streets. And Henny, you and I both being from the Bronx, we know how it is out here in these streets, And so Nicholi found solace in backyard wrestling, the burgeoning of social media, I believe, out in Coney Island.
Yeah, I was there. I've seen Nicholi White since he was 16.
Nice.
And now here he is.
Look out now.
Ken Broadway, he's flying. He didn't catch him flush, but caught him well enough.
And listen, Ken Broadway put himself in a very dangerous predicament there because you saw Broadway's feet, his toes, clipped the top of that rope as he flew out. And you don't realize how much that small amount of your body clipping the rope could affect you. If you notice Broadway's trajectory, he went from a straight line to almost straight down to the ground.
However, he was able to get a hand on Nicholi to push him into the guardrail for maximum effect.
Covered by Broadway, but those long arms of Nicholi White.
Very rare. I've never seen as a referee a rope break where the competitor grabbed the second rope and not the bottom.
Nicholi's a very interesting competitor. He's unusually a very lanky young man, very skinny, not exactly someone you would define as a heavyweight.
Beautiful.
And listen, even though he does have moves like that in his arsenal, not necessarily, he doesn't define himself as a cruiserweight.
No.
Kind of a hybrid.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. Here we go. Oh!
Did he just corkscrew suicide dive?
Yes, he did.
I've never seen that before.
Yes, he did.
Only time I had a tope screwdriver was on a Sunday during brunch.
Was it bottomless?
Yes, of course.
Oh, gosh.
If it's not bottomless, it's not worth it.
Now you
Nikolai, that's too early. Nikolai, that's too early. You can't be doing that.
This goes back to, as we see the double feature replay, that corkscrew tope. Beautifully executed. I've never seen anything like that before.
Beautiful. That was beautiful.
But as we mentioned, the immaturity factor comes back to haunt Nikolai at times. Remember how he lost to Gabe Sky in the Mecca out in Ridgefield Park. He should have stayed on Ken Broadway, not took the title and then jaw-jacked with the crowd.
Right.
He cannot let his emotion get the best of him, especially this championship match. He has to stay focused and win the grand championship. He cannot let his emotion get the best of him, because if he do, he's going to take that L, and it's going to be unfortunate.
And championship opportunities are not easy to come by.
Not at all. Hey, listen, it took Nikolai White having to win an entire Rumble for him to get this.
Yes, sir.
Cover.
Only two.
Being in championship matches as the challenger is the equivalent to playing in the Super Bowl. You don't know if you'll ever get there again.
Yes.
Right.
Should you lose.
You know, but obviously Nikolai White wanted to come away with
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What's going on here?
Montekia is in the crowd.
What's Monte doing there?
Monte and Broadway, both trainees out of the House of Glory Wrestling School. These two young men came up together.
I understand, but what he's doing here, that's the question.
Supporting his friend, supporting Broadway.
I mean, I hope so. Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful drop kick, got almost his whole body elevated on that Alphonse.
And I'm sorry to be distracted, but there's like 3 Montes in the crowd.
Oh.
You can never have enough butter.
No, that's true. What's the first thing you do when you cook? You throw the butter right in the pan.
That's right. If the butter ain't sizzling, I don't want it.
La mantequilla.
Oh, and he just spat water in the face of Montekia.
Nikolai, what are you doing? Nikolai, what in the world are you doing?
Nikolai White, his eyes not on the prize, and Montekia has got referee Nick Shin's attention.
And this is what I'm talking about. You cannot get distracted. You need to focus and win this championship. Oh, look at all this dancing. I appreciate all that dancing flex, but you gotta focus and win the championship. You cannot get distracted. This is gonna haunt Nikolai during the match.
Nikolai White, his eyes not being kept on the prize.
And he had to slow up there. Referee Nick Shin was in between him and Broadway.
Oh, my God.
I still don't know what issue Nikolai White has with Montekia.
Oh, my Lord. Oh!
Power bomb!
Man, he ain't finished yet. Oh, my God.
Not at all. Beautiful flatliner there, cover.
And a 2 count. But now a submission, a crossface.
And this very unlike Broadway. Broadway not exactly a submission artist, but you know what? You gotta always have things in your arsenal that you can throw out that people won't expect.
Yeah, you just never know. You just never know, especially in the championship match. Let's see what Nikolai can do in this situation.
And again, this is one of those situations where Nikolai not having the weight advantage is going to play against him, because Broadway can lay that whole body down on Nikolai White and increase the level of gravitational force. Nikolai's going to have a hard time fighting out of a submission hold like that.
Wait, he was going for the kick. Oh, my God.
Cashflow and Nikolai just trading shots here. Now, what's interesting, we talk about the power game being on the side of Cashflow, but you also got to think the cardio game on the side of Nikolai White.
Yes.
Especially because he has the height advantage and the agility and speed advantage too.
Absolutely.
A better conditioned athlete is Nikolai White.
Nikolai White very much used to being in multi-man matches, flying around, doing some crazy things. He's had to have that cardio training. Cashflow, while he is very well.
Wait a minute.
Single leg Boston crab. No. Going for like an Indian deathlock. No.
And this is it?
A regal stretch. I didn't know Nikolai White had that in his arsenal. He's not a submission wrestler either.
Not at all, but he calls himself the Renaissance because he feels like he is a hybrid wrestler in the purest form, incorporating so many different styles.
Absolutely.
Broadway making it to the ropes, breaking up that submission there. But again, as I was saying, no disrespect to the cardiovascular conditioning of Ken Broadway, but when you are in the type of matches that Nikolai White has been in most of his career, you build up a different type of stamina than Broadway has.
That is correct. Up and over now. Kick to the face.
Oh! Ah. Here we go.
Backstabber.
Ooh. Yes, sir.
Broadway's feeling it now. Only a 2 count
And so
still.
is Nikolai, feeling something that's sending convulsions through his spine.
Yes.
That's that power of the Holy Ghost here at St. Helena's
Oh,
Church.
Lord, have mercy.
And now these two men back in the middle of the ring.
Oh, wait a minute.
Reversal by Nikolai.
Oh!
Once again, the reversal by Nikolai. Nikolai just always having a counter to whatever Broadway's doing in this match. Oh, beautiful ripcord high knee.
Yep. Oh!
Was that a capo kick?
Yes,
It
sir.
was.
Yes, sir.
And you know the significance of that move with Ken Broadway.
That Matt Travis's legendary move, the capo kick. Maybe a sign of disrespect out of Nikolai White.
I don't think it's a sign of disrespect. I think it's the mind. I think it's the mind game.
And Montekia now has crossed from the guardrail to ringside. Remains to be seen if he will get
And
involved in this
is it
match.
Jesse? I think Broadway's busted open.
He is.
No way.
Hurricane
Oh my
Rana!
God!
Step up, Rana!
You got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me.
Broadway is busted wide open. And a step up Hurricane Rana from the apron to the outside for Nikolai White.
Guys, you know what this means? This is not a wrestling match. This is a fight. When you see someone busted open, this is a fight. Oh my goodness.
And a corkscrew, shades of Hector Garza.
Cover here, we might have a new grand champion.
Oh, wow. Close. Close.
Okay, as we see here on the double feature replay, a step up Hurricane Rana to the outside.
No. Alphonse, that wasn't a step up. He flew himself. He threw himself over the top rope. He didn't even step up.
That's true. Had the Mario
Call
jump.
him Air Nikolai.
Monte, what in the world are you doing?
What's Nikolai doing? He's Nikolai getting in the face of those fans.
You see, this is what I'm talking about. He gets distracted.
Got the water. And
Hey, yo, Nick is just a ref. What's wrong with y'all?
Went to go spit the water in the face of Broadway, but caught ref shit in the eyes.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Nikolai, especially if he wants to win that title tonight.
Nikolai back on the floor. He's circling the ring.
Nikolai looking for something.
Don't tell me he's going after the belt. Nikolai, no. Don't do this to yourself.
Nikolai going for that
Do
championship.
not do this to yourself, Nikolai. Nikolai, do not do this to yourself.
If the ref can't see it, he can't call
I
it.
get it, but look who's right behind him.
But Montekia just grabbed the title.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. Like, he has to stay focused, and he's getting all emotional and stuff.
Roll up.
Roll through here.
Oh, my God. Well,
Travis
oh, my
Plex.
God.
Travis
1,
Plex,
2, 3.
That's it. I still want to know what business Montekia had with Nikolai White.
That's my question, too.
Invictus Pro Wrestling Grand Champion, Cashflow Ken Broadway.
And while Nikolai White may have invoked the spirit of Matt Travis with a capo kick earlier in this match, it was by the hand of God and Matt himself that Ken Broadway with that Travis Plex once again retaining the Invictus Grand Championship. Check it out here. I'll feature replay. Look at that here. Dead weight, pull up, Travis Flex with the bridge. 3 count and Broadway will retain.
Another successful title defense.